The Ghost of Christmas Past, as I've just said, reveals that Scrooge was a solitary child with a feeble fire. Again, we have this idea of solitary. Solitary in childhood, solitary in adulthood and old age. For Scrooge, being alone has been pervasive. It has been perpetual. Think of other words for that. It has been constant. Perhaps even eternal. He's been eternally alone. There was only one person who was there for Scrooge, and that was Little Fan, his sister. But Little Fan died shortly into adulthood. She had her son Fred, who is Scrooge's nephew, and then she died. So he's had a real lack of comfort, a lack of family, a lack of love in his childhood. And that's why Dickens describes him as next to a feeble fire. A feeble fire represents a lack of warmth. If something's feeble, it's weak. It's a weak fire, yeah? It's not produced enough warmth. Metaphorically, that represents like a lack of benevolence. A paucity of love and family. What that really tells us is that Scrooge was not born malevolent. He had a fire. It was just really weak. Yeah, he had light within him, but it was weak because he lacked benevolence. He had a lack of benevolence. He had a lack of a paucity of love, of family. He wasn't shown the right love in childhood, which tells us that malevolence is not inherent. We're not born with it. It's learned, and it is learned through childhood. So children can learn to be malevolent. Well, what do malevolent children become? Malevolent adults. How do we fix this problem then? Why is Dickens showing us Scrooge is a solitary child with a feeble fire? What is he trying to say about children? Well, he's trying to say that children deserve benevolence, family, compassion. And that is a running theme through the whole novel. Children deserve benevolence, family, compassion, even the children of the poor. So for Malthus, or for Victorian society, they saw the poor as surplus, and because of the new poor laws of 1834, they put them in workhouses, which were basically labour camps for them to work, be fed a small meal, and sleep in a very uncomfortable, unsafe place. They used them as labour, not as someone to look after and show love towards. Yeah, Dickens is criticising how Victorian society treats children, especially destitute children, vulnerable children, which we'll look at more as we talk about the novel further. So the main idea is that malevolence is not inherent, and children deserve, therefore, benevolence, family and comparison, because we do not want these children to grow up into malevolent adults.